Hello, No Code Conf. My name is Joe Krug. I'm the CEO and founder of Finsweet. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how we built a successful powerhouse agency from zero in 3 years. This is the story of year 1, 2, and 3 of Finsweet's agency growth. We are 6 years old, but this talk focuses on those early first 3 years. I'll tell you how I went from a zero web knowledge salesperson to a Webflow pro. And we'll look at the strategies that Finsweet took as a company to become a top Webflow agency. What is Finsweet? We are a Webflow exclusive web agency. We do not work with any other platforms. We position ourselves as experts of Webflow. And specifically in development, we do not design for clients. We're a 45-person team, development focused, all Webflow. And we also make products, tools, resources, and content for the Webflow community. We are huge community advocates. All of the tools and resources that we release are free. We are all about community growth. And this talk is more about the ongoing growth strategies that we've had. We followed these strategies in year 1. We follow these strategies today in year 6. And I believe these strategies can take any agency to that next level. I'm going to go through the strategy slides, and throughout the speech, I'll continue to reference these slides as a reminder. At the very end of the speech, I'll tell you how we continue using these strategies today. Okay, let's do it. First, have a plan and be ready to change it. Don't care about the money when you start. Focus on getting bigger, better projects. Work with people who are better than you. Make a badass website for your company. And last, grow your team with motivated self-starters. These are the core strategy talking points of this speech. Let's get into my background. I'm a salesperson. I was never meant to be a developer. I've been selling things since as long as I can remember. I've always identified myself as a salesperson, even at a young age. I was an eBay power seller in high school. I was obsessed with selling anything I could find on eBay, thousands of items sold. I ran a successful sales team for a tech company. As you can see, not made for a developer. I was never imagining myself as a developer, but I'm here. Not supposed to be in the no-code movement, but I am here. And I absolutely did have a plan for Finsweet, and it was always meant to be temporary. I was going to make websites as I figured out what I really wanted to do. This was more of a nights, weekends, side job, part-time type business. And I really saw it as a hobby that I could be paid for. That's all it was. I used WordPress templates. I knew nothing about HTML, nothing about CSS, nothing about JavaScript. But I was pretty good at assembling a WordPress template with some plugins. And using WordPress, I didn't have any urge to learn how the web works. I was happy with this sort of drag and drop WordPress template builder, but thank goodness I don't do that anymore, and I am completely migrated over to Webflow. Because have a plan and be ready to change it. That's exactly what I did. I changed this plan. Doesn't matter how mature your agency is, plans change. And I believe flexibility is incredibly important in that early business growth. So here's why my plan changed. First, I found out I was pretty good at making websites. I felt inside that I was good enough to do this thing full time. And second, I found Webflow. I was ready to go 100% into Webflow. And I was ready to change my brand new business model that I just made months ago to go and learn the web. Because I believe that Webflow equals web education. Using Webflow is a great way to understand how the web works. And this learning that I experienced was so profound that the decision to move to Webflow was instant. It was an instant company pivot since day one, all because of what I learned. I learned more in 1 week of using Webflow than 6 months of using WordPress. And this deeper understanding was so motivating. But there was a problem. It's difficult to get clients. New platform, no portfolio, new profession. I'm not only new to the website industry, I'm new to Webflow as a platform. So it's very challenging to convince leads to use Webflow without examples of clients that use Webflow. So this is where you have to not care about the money. Don't care about the money when you start. If you're starting something brand new, not focusing on the money allows you to focus on practice and learning. I knew that I needed to use Webflow a lot to be a pro in Webflow. I needed projects to work on. So I remade all of my clients' websites in Webflow. For the clients I work with over the past 6 months, I just went through each of their builds in WordPress, rebuilt it in Webflow, didn't ask for money, didn't expect payment. The goal was to learn. That's it. And I even lost some money covering the higher hosting charges in Webflow. But that's totally okay because now I have 5 clients on Webflow. So that past issue of not having clients is now much easier because I have 5 clients. Their site is hosted on Webflow and they love it. But this wasn't enough. 5 is certainly not enough websites. I wanted more and more and more sites to build. I made websites for free. I built low-cost websites. I practiced building templates. I begged people to let me make a website for them. And if someone gave me that opportunity, I took it. I was ready to do Webflow for anything. And I also came up with a unique sales strategy to help bring in more business. Very good for conversion. 0% upfront, 100% on delivery. The mentality is do great work, then get paid. And if you don't like the work that I did, don't pay me. I actually said that to leads and it worked really, really well. It made sales easier. It was a key strategy for this early growth. Anytime I found a project that I really wanted, I would offer this 0-100. It gave the lead a lot of respect for Finsweet. A lot of trust was exchanged in that sales process, and it led to rapid portfolio growth. The 0-100 creates very low risk for those leads coming in, and it's hard to say no to that offer. So a lot of people said yes, and this helped us scale. And the amount of active projects increased, and that means the amount of people working on the projects increased. So our don't care about the money strategy with the 0-100 really set us up for this next one. Focus on bigger, better projects. When I think of an agency growing, I think of bigger budgets, larger projects, more well-known clients. And getting one of these bigger projects can completely change an agency. One big project can set you up for many more projects just like that. So to grow fast, I focused on consistently bigger and better. Not one big project, as many big projects as possible. I was obsessed with improving the portfolio. Every few months, I wanted to look back on the portfolio and say, wow, Finsweet is at that next level now. That was the goal every few months. And there was one big client that did help transform Finsweet. This was the project that took us from local business websites to tech websites. Huge transformation. It was the project that helped us get to the next level. And that client was HelloSign. This was my go-to project. I was obsessed. And I use the word obsessed here because that's what it actually was. I was highly focused on this project specifically. I saw the job posting and I knew I needed it. I was development only, fancy San Francisco tech company. So I went 100,000% into getting this sale and I got it. I put all my effort into it. I spent hours of my time crafting emails. I recorded videos for them to show them what I would do, all before I got the job. And I gave up all of my negotiating power, the 0-100 to the next level. I told them I didn't care what the pay was. They could choose the price, and the answer was yes. I gave up every piece of negotiating power, and they were so impressed by these gestures. The work, the payment, and this was the project that gave us that big boost. Sales were easier. I'm glad I did everything. This was really the project that we needed. And it was all possible because I did not care about the money when I started. I only cared about getting this project. And I probably missed out on a good amount of money at the time, but this was the best decision I could have ever made. This project gave Finsweet a huge boost in credibility, not just portfolio, credibility. I learned pro-level Webflow skills while working on the project. I work with an experienced San Francisco-based marketing team. Awesome. This set me up for working with more teams like this. It was just the ideal opportunity for me at the time. It was so perfect. And this was the project on our portfolio that really started to attract the bigger, better clients. It raised our standard at Finsweet. And leads started to ask me, I want a website like HelloSigns. This was something I heard all the time. So I realized if I want to focus on getting these bigger, better projects and deliver at the same level of HelloSign, I needed more specialized skills, more full service skills. I needed to work with people. So I need to work with people who are better than me. Work with people who are better than you. This is a way to make your company better. And for me, this was hiring a designer. When I hired a designer, everything changed because I'm not good at design anymore. I am no longer a designer because now there was a big fancy SaaS project in our portfolio and my design skills aren't up to the new Finsweet quality. I can design for local business or small companies that don't care about design. But now that our portfolio is approaching that next level, I am not ready for that. I can't do that. That's not me. And I'm 100% okay with this. I understand this about myself. I'm just not a designer. So if I continued to design, we would continue to attract these subpar design projects. So now working with somebody better than me, that means we have better design. And this was a great move because now I can focus on productivity, on development, on project management. These were my only requirements for my day to day. And he designed, I project managed and developed. This helped me become better at Webflow. This made me spend most of every day developing websites in Webflow, countless hours of training, pro designs. I loved it. It was a total transformation for Finsweet. And remember, better designer is better portfolio. Since I am working with somebody who is better than me, by default, the portfolio will eventually get better. The new designs made us shine. Our new designer transformed this portfolio, and within months, it was transformed from local business websites to tech and SaaS. And within the year, we were attracting a completely different type of business. These businesses had more interest in their website. They had more money to invest. They were more appreciative. These were the types of businesses we wanted to work with. And now that we have this beautiful portfolio that's helping us get these bigger and better projects, we need a beautiful website to show off this portfolio. And that's why our next point is make a badass website for your company. Badass website has different meanings for different companies. Be aware of that. I knew that our designer, developer, Webflow community would think of a badass website as something visually fantastic, something that breaks the limits of Webflow. And that's exactly what we did. Remember, we're now working with people who are better than me. This is great because it gives us this real potential to now create this badass website. I'm not able to do this myself. So my instruction, make the best website that you've never seen before. This was the mentality. We wanted to create something that was truly unique, never seen before. We wanted to make the most visually appealing website possible inside Webflow. And I gave our new designer this task of creating something wild and colorful and nothing specific, just go creative, do the most creative thing that you could possibly think of. I had the vision for our own website to be the best website in our portfolio. I wanted our website to be a true testament to what we were able to do as a team. It should set an example of what's possible in Webflow. And know that this cost a lot of money for us at the time. Time, resources, the new team. It was a big investment. And at the time, this was our biggest company expense. But result, absolutely worth it. It was a huge success. The leads loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. So excited. We had leads that actually came to us and told us they were sold before the first sales call. People really connected to the site and they wanted to work with Finsweet. And because of that, it returned our investment to build it. Within months, we had increased business so much that the investment to build the site was paid off in months. And the Webflow community loved it. This one was unexpected. The Webflow community loved it. This was not the intention at all, but it was a beautiful, unexpected result. The new website attracted talent to the agency. Talented people want to work for an agency that looks talented. So showing talent was one of our goals. It was a goal for our leads to see it, but not necessarily for the community. So this turned into a talent magnet for us, that we are attracting people to want to work for Finsweet. And this talent magnet gave us the opportunity to grow your team with motivated self-starters. We grew the Finsweet team with people who are self-starters. But first, before we get into self-starters, let's talk about the people who I do not work well with. These are not self-starters. These are people who made it very difficult to grow. People who always needed directions. I found this out very early. When people need directions, this took up a lot of my time. I had to spend time giving them directions. And this gives me more time to do my own work and ultimately grow the business. So I came to this realization that I needed people that were willing to work on their own, not only act on directions. And that brings us to the people I do work well with, people that we were bringing in early in Finsweet, people that we bring in today at Finsweet, and those are self-starters. I'm defining a self-starter as a person that manages their own work, creates their own initiatives, and stays active in work without being told what to do. Beautiful. Love it. If a person is left with no direction, this person's going to do something. They'll just start to do something. They'll figure out what's valuable to do for themselves or for the company and just go do it. And it's important for us to bring in that type of person. It's how we were able to scale the amount of active projects at Finsweet without dedicated project management, without a project management team, no project managers. An interesting fact, we never used project managers at Finsweet. We just brought our first one in last month in year 6. That's how powerful these self-starters are. When people can manage themselves, there's a lot more efficiency. Less people needed in the process. And since less people are needed, less people are paid. The employee gets paid better. Finsweet has a higher margin and everybody wins here. So bringing these people, especially early, was super, super key. And as more leads came in, there was more scaling. As these other strategies we're talking about were working to bring in leads, we needed to fill people in to go and work on these projects. And these self-starters were the ones to do it. Self-starter is able to bring a Webflow project from step 1. Just look at the specs and take that to finish. So a true start to finish designer or developer or somebody working on this project. And for faster scaling, we agree to project payment. For an unfunded agency, growing a team of fixed salary employees is challenging, very challenging. So I believe it's much easier to agree to project terms, especially when the company is young and you don't have that funded money. Many people in the web industry are comfortable with this project to project payment. So it's very natural for us. When the project is done, everyone gets paid, everybody's happy. They don't get the luxury of that paycheck at the end of the month, but they did get a favorable payout in the completed project and when there was a happy client. So it really pushed us to complete those projects, keep those clients happy, because that's when everybody got paid. And as new projects came in, as revenue increased, our employee expenses followed at the same speed. It's really a win-win-win, this project to project. Significantly lowered our risks, fixed costs much lower, tiny for a very long period of time. And it's a really great way to grow when you just don't have the money to grow. So that's how we grew our team with motivated self-starters. And remember, these strategies that we're talking about here are not just for year 1, 2, and 3. We still actively focus on all of these strategies. We use these strategies in a different context, but they're ongoing. We absolutely follow them. These concepts are relevant when we're a baby. They're relevant today, and I know they will be relevant in 5 years from now. So let's close out this talk with the strategy slides, and I'll go through examples of how we still follow these today. So first one, have a plan and be ready to change it. I made my early change in the business, but we are always changing plans at Finsweet. Last year, we made the decision to go development only. Huge change. This year, we've completely redefined our products and tools model. This is also a huge change from where we were just a year or two ago. Whenever we do something new at Finsweet, we create a plan for it, and then we are ready to change it if needed. Next, don't care about the money when you start. We absolutely still do this. Not as much on the agency side, like we did in the first few years, but definitely on the products and community side. We've been giving away products, tools, content, all for free for the past 3 years. And this is part and a start to our long-term product rollout. Think of our Webflow resources and community initiatives as a beta to our paid product initiatives. We didn't care about the money when we started this. We still don't care about the money because we're still new at products. We have a lot to learn. We're not ready yet to make money from it. We're still learning. We've created a lot of value for you. Soon we'll be asking you to pay for it, but now it's about practice and learning. Next, focus on bigger, better projects. We are always looking for bigger clients. Of course, anytime we see a big name come in through the lead list, we light up with excitement. We want to get to a level where we're working with the best brands in the world on Webflow. We're always focusing on getting that bigger, better client. Always, always, always. Clients, projects, always bigger, better. Next, work with people who are better than you. This is absolutely still active. This has helped us so much in the past few years, improving in different areas of Finsweet, not just agency, in product, in tools, in content, community. And it's also rewarding to see people on the team improve their skill and make themselves better while at Finsweet. There was a long period of time where I was the best Webflow developer at Finsweet. Now, I may not even make it in the top 10. So we've seen people come to Finsweet at one level, transform themselves to a pro, and now they're better than me. That's amazing. This strategy doesn't only apply to new hires. It can absolutely apply to people on your team that can get better internally. Make a badass website for your company. Of course, we love this. This talk covered V1 website, but now in this screenshot, you'll see the V2 website. This is our current website. We're working on V3 right now. V3 is going to blow your mind. It is something you've never seen before in Webflow. I promise you this. And it's going to open new opportunities for us. It's going to redefine our brand, our vision, our skill level. We still have this same mentality of make a badass website for your company. And last, we have grow your team with motivated self-starters. This is crucial with every hire. Doesn't matter how old your company is. We push to get better at identifying these people and bringing them into the team always. And that's it. I'm done with the speech. Thank you so much for watching. It's really an honor to be here talking about Finsweet. I love Webflow. We all love Webflow. And really to be part of No Code Conference is a true honor. Have a great day. Enjoy No Code Conference. And thank you very much.